everybody, today I'm going to do a Nina Dobrev inspired makeup look, and she is Elena in Vampire Diaries. I don't know if anybody's ever watched Vampire Diaries, but I know I've been obsessed with the TV programme. I've also read the books. The books I would say aren't as good as the TV series. The TV series has really got me hooked. I've just seen season 1 and season 2. I have not watched season 3 yet because I missed it whilst it was on TV, so I'm going to have to wait until the DVD comes out to watch it. But this is sort of a matte brown shade, and Nina Dobrev, and I'm inspired by this picture here. You probably just get all the curtains in the background, sorry about that. But anyway, she's obviously olive skin tone compared to my super pale, and usually matte, quite matte skin. So I'm going to do my best in sort of recreating the look, and I hope you're enjoying the nice weather, and I'll get started. So the foundation I'm going to be using is Dream Liquid Satin Foundation by Maybelline. And this is a tinsy bit dark for me. I'm not going to go for a super dark one in order to get my skin tone. I'm always going to go for one that's really similar. Never go super dark with skin tone with a foundation, because you're going to get sort of fakeness looking to you. It's easier to put the bronzer on afterwards to make yourself a bit more tan, rather than trying using a foundation that's darker than you. So I'm using a Real Technique brush by Samantha Chapman. I'm just going to buff that all around my face. Probably look a bit washed out because of I'm sitting by my window, so that's usually where I film with all the light, but because the weather's been so nice, I want to sort of use natural light. I do have a lamp in front of me, but a bit more natural light in order to film. I hope you've all been enjoying the nice weather in the UK. I know I have. I've been outside today just playing cards with my family, and been up a mountain, and had some ice cream and stuff, so really enjoyed. If you guys have done anything nice today, please comment below. It'd be nice to hear what you guys have been up to, especially in this nice weather. And if it's minging weather by you, you can shout at me as well. So I'm going to pull it down my neck as well, because it is a tiny bit darker than my skin tone, so I want to try and blend it in as much as possible. So now that's covered all over, I'm going to start go on my concealer. So as I did last time, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown with my little finger and just placing that where I get my blue circles in order to cover them up. I get it right in the inner corner of the eyes there, just down the bridge of my nose and around in that area there. And I did mention in my last video in writing that I'm not being really harsh on my eyes. It does slightly look at it, because when I look back in the video I was like, oh my god, it looks like I'm stretching it. But I'm literally just tapping the product on and then blending the edges out. It's really like me with my little finger, because that's the one with the least pressure that you can put on. So then I'm going to just put concealer on top, and I'm going to use the same concealer as last time, which is the Gemma Kid Duo, and I'm going to be using the dark colour in order to cover that pinkness that's left there. By the way, this look is really simple, but I'm inspired by it. It's really nice, and you could wear this day to day, or even sort of glam it up with a bit more eyeliner for the evening. So I'm going to powder my skin, and I'm using Original Mineral Veil by Bare Minerals, and I'm going to use the same brush that I use for the foundation, which is just brilliant. It just doesn't mind if it's damp, it then dries out, and it just literally goes on the skin nicely. I just got a mouthful of powder, brilliant. It's important to sort of set the underneath the eyes before they start creasing with any smile lines that you do. So that's all I'm doing, is dabbing it on just over the skin because she has quite matte skin, but fresh looking matte skin, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to brush any of the product away. So I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows. Her eyebrows are quite dark, so it's perfect that I'm using this eyebrow cake by Illamasqua with an Illamasqua angled brow brush. But I'm just going to refer back to the picture to try and see if I can get a similar shape. They're quite long and medium sort of thickness to it, so I'll try and replicate to see if I can. It isn't too far off the shape that I've got, but I think hers are just that little bit thicker. So what I like doing is put a line underneath first to stop the product from going any further down, because I don't want to pull my eyebrows down. Okay, the eyebrows are made quite thick because it's a little bit thicker than mine, but I'm just going to grab a spoolie just to brush through the powder so it looks a bit more natural and not so heavy, because our eyebrows do look quite natural, but obviously they're thicker than mine, so I wanted to enhance them slightly. And this sort of takes away some of the powder but not too much and softens them so they don't look super scary. Now that I'm a little bit happy with that, I'm just going to move on to the eyeshadow. So both the shades are matte that is used. So I'm going to use a mixture of Naked and Buck. But if you're a bit more olivey skin like she is, you can probably just get away with using Buck by itself. So I'm just going to slightly mix more than Naked colour for me, just to get it right. And I'm just using a 217 by MAC. So I'm just applying that all over the lid. And a tiny bit into the crease, not much. As you can see the eyes a bit. I always do it the wrong way. I don't know why. I'm just adding a tiny bit of this colour here, and this is from the Sleek palette, and this is Au Natural palette, just to warm it up that little bit, because it's not warm enough for me, I think. So just applying that on top and mixing it into the colours. Now I'm going to go into a darker shade, which is another matte shade, and I'm going to be using this colour here, and it's again from the Au Natural, but it's a very deep brown but matte as well. So with the same brush, I'm just going to flip over to the cleaner side. I'm just going to be placing that on the outer edge of the eye and keeping it within the crease shape that we've already done. Literally only using 1/3 into the eye, so not halfway, just the outer edge. It's important that you blend those shades in together, so I'm just using the brush and just lightly dusting from side to side to move the shadows about. I'm now going to go in with Brûlée by MAC, which is the natural colour, sort of flesh tone colour. I'm just going to be placing that on top of it to blend the colours out and to also bring the colours back down towards the crease, because I think I've gone a bit too high up. But this will also highlight the brow bone as well. I'm now going to tightline the waterline, so with just slightly lifting the eye up, I'm just going to be placing eyeliner onto the line that's right by your eyelashes. and this does tickle and it does feel weird. It doesn't really hurt, I'm not poking my eye out or anything like that, but this will just intensify the eyelashes without actually having eyeliner on the top line. And then just placing a tiny bit on the waterline as well on the bottom. Not a lot, just keep within the waterline on this one. And now for mascara, she's got lovely full eyelashes, so I'm going to be using Lancome's Hypnos Doll Eyes. And just apply it on, but they are very, very natural, but they're lovely along with her. So I'm going to leave the bottom eyelashes as they are, just really, really light for more the day look which she has on. And I'm going to zoom you out and do the rest of the face. So I'm going to make myself that little bit bronzer because she is naturally olive tone skin, which is absolutely stunning, which obviously I don't have. I'm super pale. So I'm going to be using Hoola by Benefit, and this is a matte bronzer. So just tapping the excess off of my brush, applying it on the cheekbones, and then applying it up by the forehead and blending this out. So I'll be layering this bronze technique bit by bit, so I'm not going to go too harsh to begin with, and just to build it up for a natural sort of bronze look. And as you can see, I'm not putting the bronzer all over the face, I'm just putting it where I would naturally tan. So cheekbones, forehead, slightly down the nose, and then just to contour down the chin and down the neck. You probably can't see much of a difference on the camera because I am facing natural light, but I can see I've got that little bit of a bronze glow enough to sort of affect my face. I'm not going to go too dark because I will look a little bit ridiculous, so just a bit of bronze just to make me a little bit sunshiny. So I'm going to go into a natural peach shade, and this is just a matte peach, and it's this colour here. I'm just going to be applying that and just applying it down the back of my face, just really, really lightly, because she doesn't seem to have a lot on, but there's some sort of definition to the cheekbones. And now for the lips. I've got a lip balm on, so I'm just going to wipe that off, and I'm going to put a little bit of foundation on them to matte out the lips, because I'm going for a brownish shade, which my lips are quite pink, so I want to try and get rid of that. I'm going to be using a Burberry lipstick, which I got in my Glossy Box March edition, and it's a nudie brown, and it's super cute. Look how tiny it is compared to my fingers. See, absolutely tiny. But I thought this would be the perfect shade. And it's got a tiny bit of gloss in it. So this is my Nina Dobrev makeup look that she wears in the TV programme. I hope you like it. On somebody that's a bit more tan, this would look a bit more day-like, but I feel for me, I would probably wear this more in the evening, but really, really pretty, and I hope you like it. So I'll take some pictures so you can see the actual sort of bronzing that I've done. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye guys!